Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are doing great today. I have a project share, something that I've been talking about for the past couple of weeks. I have been crafting. I have not been just, making haul videos, but I have been crafting in between. I know many of you shared that you would like to see crafting with me videos. I do want to do that, but I'm thinking I might have to do that one day a week as a live, because to do craft with me videos pre-recorded, it's kind of difficult because I really don't have the time right now. But anyways, I'll choose maybe a Saturday to do a live video, a live craft with me video. So it won't be long, probably about 30 minutes to an hour maybe, so I won't be taking too much of your time as well. But anyways, here I have a journal that I created, and I was inspired by one of the journals that I have seen that Luisa made using a file folder, and I just went off with it. Yeah. I had so much fun creating this. Now I used paper. Okay, I used paper from Echo Park, a couple of them, not too many, a couple of them. And I also used digitals. So I used from two separate people. So a lot of the digitals I used from Faith Art Designs, Diane. I will link her down below in the description box. And I also used free digitals from artcd.com. I will link that link down below in the description box as well. So I use a lot of her digitals as well, and then I just use other papers from my stash. But I use this one. It says Be Happy by Lori Whitlock from Echo Park, and I also use Happy as Can Be. So what I did is I used I think I used this one this one, and I used this one, this one, and let's see, it was this one, this one, this one, and this one. So I used more from Be Happy by Lori Whitlock. Okay, so along with that, I used here are some of my scraps that I have left. These are from Faith Art Designs. I believe it's called the Yellow Parfait. I will link it down below in the description box. It's a lot of yellow pages, beautiful pages. I mean, it has even some like a masterboard almost looking type of pages. It's just so beautiful. So I have some scraps. She even has like a writing page as well. So I use some of her. I use some of that. From Temu, I had also purchased these papers that, let's see, I'm trying to find them here. I used a lot of Temu papers that look like this, and I did a video on it. So this is what I have left over. I think there was like about 12 pieces or 10 pieces. I have these 3 full sheets left, and then I also have half a sheet left. But I used a lot of those papers. I did a lot of collaging with those papers. Also, I used a sticker or a couple of stickers from Crafters Square. This is the Dollar Tree brand. I also did a little bit of stamping, not much. So I used this bee and this bee, and this is from Dollar Tree. I can't find my other bee. I have such a mess on my desk. I used a couple labels from here. I just did a Temu haul from sharing these labels. So I used the black and white ones. I did a little bit of stamping, I said again. So I used my Stampers Anonymous for the numbers because I created some tabs. I also used a couple of tags from Hobby Lobby, a couple of those. I used these stickers from Hobby Lobby as well. You see, I used a couple of those. I used a couple of stickers from Temu, and then also these are from Temu that I just shared in my haul video. I used a lot of these. Also, here's more scraps. I used these stickers that I bought a pack of them from Temu, so I used a lot of these, as you can see here. Oh my gosh, I loved using those. I used this die right here. This I got, this is Coco Reno, and I bought it from a D-Stash. Here's some cut aparts that I printed on cardstock from Yellow Parfait that Diane offers. So I use a lot of these cut aparts. And I also use, I printed out some like postcard looking for mixed media that Graphic is a Fairy Graphics or Graphic Fairy offers, and it's free. But what I did is I printed first the Yellow Parfait paper, one of the papers from that Diane offers, and then after I printed that image on cardstock, I went ahead and reprinted the postcards from Graphic Fairy, and I just love how it came out. And you'll see that. I'll show you once I get to that part. I used a sticker that says hello from here. I made a card, but I didn't bring it with me. I used this netting that I just purchased from how you call it, Amazon. I also used black Venice lace, which I left it in my room. I used a couple of these. This I got from Temu. These are wax seals, so I use that. I also use these die cuts, and I got this when I received a beautiful rack by Rhonda Gary. Thank you, Rhonda. I finally used them. And then I also used some of these petals. These are from Hobby Lobby, which you see here. That's where I use them. And this was from Dollar Tree, and that's what you see here. Okay, so I also like to use paper, so I use some paper from this legal pad from Dollar Tree. I also use some music sheet paper, this from an old book, and it was so cute because I found one that said, oh, here it is, it says the B, so that was so cute, so I used it in one of my pages. And then I bought this manuscript paper from Amazon, and I like to use this. And then I do have a stamp that's got oh gosh, I have no idea how you call this. I remember because someone always mentions it, but then I forget. This design right here. I just love that design, so I'm always using it when I create collages. So I have a stamp of that design, and I like to stamp it, but this time I didn't do that. I did that with my ballerina one. Okay, so let me go ahead and share with you the journal. It's really, really thick. It's an inch white spine on both sides, but yeah, it's like really, really thick because with all the pockets that I created and everything. But I'm glad that at least I gave myself 1 inch, because at least, you know, I don't know, at least I gave myself 1 inch. But anyways, so here is I covered it with this black all the way around. I use this vintage lace. I have no idea where I got it from. I used this trim right here, and this trim I still have very little. I mean, if you guys been following me for a very long time, you guys might remember that my husband and I had a exhibit shop, and we used to offer these trims in our shop, and I still have very, very little left. I think I have pink, white, and this black one, but like I said, I have very little left. So anyways, I have that, and then I put this right here. It says kind words are just like honey. Beautiful. It was in the middle of this it was like how you call it, a journaling card. It was in the middle, and what I did is I trimmed out the design because it didn't go with my color scheme. So I trimmed it out, I inked it around the edges, and I just laid it there. So it's closed by a black seam binding. I tie the ends so if it frays, it won't fray all the way. It'll just go to the knot, and that's it. It won't fray no more. So yeah, so let me go ahead and open it up. I just love it. I love it. I love this. It didn't take me long. I mean, I craft maybe for about an hour or an hour and a half a day. I could craft a little bit more, like on Saturdays. And yeah, just Saturdays is when I could craft a little bit more. But yeah, so it took me about a couple of weeks to finish this, because I started working on it right away after I shared my my ballerina journal. So here's a charm that I dangled. I created an eyelets right here, and I have a charm dangling from it. It's a bee, and it's all blinged out, and I just shared this in a recent Hobby Lobby haul. So here's closed by a seam binding. So then when you open it up like this, you see this section right here, but then here I created a pocket using this lace. Oh, and I forgot to trim this part. I don't know, maybe I'll leave it there. It's cute. Yeah, you know what, I'll just leave it there. I meant to trim this part, but I didn't trim it, but that's okay. So then here is the lace. It's peeking out right here, this little scallops, and then I added some of this little rosettes, and then here is one of the die cuts that I got from Rhonda Gary, and then here's a pocket. And I created this. This is using one of those index cards from Dollar Tree, and I think I did a haul video with that. And so I created a collage, and I added the music note right here. This is one of the postcards with the bee on it, and this is one of the pages from Faith Art Designs. And then here's a sticker from one of my stickers. It has all verses, scriptures on it, and it's from Color of Plans. And this one says, "Kind words are like honey," from Proverbs 16:24. So this journal has 5 different scriptures. This is one of them. Because I looked up, since I was creating a bee journal, and you know, bees create honey and all that. So I looked for scriptures speaking of bees and honey, and I found 5 of them. So I will go ahead and share those as I come along. So here's that. And then I printed out a guest check on one of these images from Faith Art Designs. And then I backed it on cardstock. This is one of her cutouts as well from Faith Art. And then this is one of the free images that I got from Art CD, which like I said, I will put her link down below in the description. I used 2 collections of hers. I used one that was mostly bees, and then I used one that was sunflowers. That's why you see a lot of bees and sunflowers. Okay, so here I used a die from Coco and Reno. I put a little die cut here. That comes from the collection from Artsy Design, from Faith Art Designs, and I inked around. So a lot of these cutouts and stuff, I inked around the pages. So you could do some journaling here. And this I made for a friend of mine. I had shared a haul video a long time ago sharing these bee papers that I had purchased and stuff, and she had mentioned to me in conversation that she loved bees because she had seen my haul video. So I was, okay. So when she told me that, I decided at that time that I would create a journal for her, and finally I'm around getting to creating one. So by the time you guys see this video, she has already received this journal. So here I put, "The fear of the Lord is pure, enduring forever. The decrees of the Lord are firm, and all of them are righteous. They are more precious than gold, than much pure gold. They are sweeter than honey." So when I looked it up, it had only mentioned verse 10, which is, "They are more precious than gold, than much pure gold. They are sweeter than honey." So I'm thinking, what is it talking about right here? What is more precious than gold, and than much pure gold? And what is the day that is sweeter than honey? So I had to look above, and it's talking about the fear of the Lord. The fear of the Lord is pure, enduring forever, and his word, the decrees of the Lord are firm, and all of them are righteous. So they're talking here, he's talking about the fear of the Lord and his decrees. They are more precious than gold, than much pure gold, and they are sweeter than honey. So I had to add both scriptures, both verses, to understand the context of what it was talking about. So anyway, so then there's a flip down. Here I have a pocket that I created, a collage. Like I said, this is one of the images. I think this image is from Faith Art Designs. And this one too, these two right here. And then here I put the music sheets. So this image right here, I created like a little bookmark. It's from Art CD. Love it. I backed it up and I used the bee sticker. This one is backed up. I use one of those stickers from Temu. And this one, and this is what's peeking out when I close the book. This is the part that's peeking out. And then here's another one. This is a cut apart, also from Faith Art Designs. A cut apart from Faith Art Designs, and you can see this page goes halfway, and then a different design. So I just laid it there for a lot of writing space. I mean, I have so much writing space for her here. I didn't even count how much writing space she has. She could put prayers, she could put praises, Bible scriptures that encourages her, whatever she wants. So here I created another pocket. This is using from the collections from Echo Park. I used one of those puffy stickers from Hobby Lobby, and then I also used this gem sticker from Hobby Lobby, which I didn't bring with me. And then I have two cut aparts. This is the image, not the bee, but the background is from Faith Art Designs, and also I printed it twice, and then I printed the graphic fairy design on top of a bee. So, and then here, this is a cut apart also from Faith Art Designs. So I created a pocket, and it goes right here. Okay, so and then close this up. You open this up, and here is a journal. But before we get to that, it's a lot. So here I put in this trim that I found in my stash. I don't have that much, but I had enough to put here. I created a packet using one of the card parts from Faith Art Designs. I added a sticker, but this I put it after the fact, so I kind of covered half of the bee. Here's a tag from Hobby Lobby. I did a collage, writing can be done, and I inked around. Here's one of the image from Artsy D. So it's here, and then this flips down, and then here I created a pocket, and then I added lace right here and a piece of paper trim right there, and then also I did a circle, 1-inch circle in my Silhouette Studio software, and then I transferred one of the image from Artsy D, and I transferred it into the circle. So that's how I was able to create this, and then I just put an epoxy sticker on top. And then here is another image of the bee that's been double printed and then cut aparts from Faith Art Designs. So like she could do some writing here and do writing here and here. A lot of writing. And my husband is just walking in. I'll be right back. Okay, so then here I created it's an envelope, and I created a pocket inspired by this. I was inspired by Diane, Faith Art Designs. She was doing some collaging on her envelopes, and she created a pocket. So I went ahead and I put one of these images in the envelope, and it's sealed, so you can't take it out. I did some collaging, and this actually is from Temu, and this image with the little crown on top is from Temu as well, and all this image is all from Temu. So here I created a pocket, and then I got two cut aparts. This is from Diane, and this is from D, who is Artsy D. So I think I'm gonna do that. Diane D. Diane is from Faith Art Designs. D is from Artsy D. So there's a pocket here with two cut aparts. Then I used the netting from Amazon. Here's another cut apart from Diane, and then here I have a scripture. It says, "Kind words are like honey, sweet for the soul and healing for the body," from Proverbs 16:24. And that is why I chose this one, because it's a proverb. So and then here is a pocket, and this is one of the images from Diane, and then I created a little label. So I used the paper from Echo Park, and then I stamped it, and then I did a little collage and a little flower right there, and then a sticker and some writing in the back. So you just put it right here. So all of these cut aparts, they could be written in the back. So then here I created a journal. These are 3 signature journal. I did a hidden hinge. So I went ahead and I sewed it on this cardstock, and then I glued it on the spine. And then before I forget, I did create two dangles. Trying to find the center here. So here are 2 dangles, and I used beads from my stash, and I just alternated the design. So these are my 2 dangles. Okay, so I wanted to do 6 dangles, but I accidentally cut one of the strings. So I'm like, oh, okay, might as well cut the rest and just leave 2. So these are the images from D, and this is the B is more prominent, and then I backed it up with this. I can't remember where I got this from. Then here are 2 tags. I did a fold up. This is yellow paper, yellow dyed paper from Crafty Chiquita. I put a sticker from Temu. Here are 2 cut aparts, both of them from Diane. I put a sticker right here, inked it around right in front and back. It's a lot to show, so here are some papers I chose. And then another one, this is from D. Again, I backed it up. And then here, there's some writing. Sticker right here. This was one of my scraps from Diane, so I just put it there. And then here, I did a little collage. This is a piece from Temu. And then here, I did a cut apart from Diane. And then here's another scripture from Revelation 10, 9 through 10. So I went to the angel. This is John. This is John speaking, one of the disciples of Jesus. So I went to the angel and asked him to give me the little scroll. He said to me, take it and eat it. It will turn your stomach sour, but in your mouth it will be as sweet as honey. Beautiful. If you have not read the book of Revelation, I recommend it. It's not scary at all. It's a total blessing to read that. And if you are in Christ, there's no reason for you to be scared. So then here I created like 2 little bookmarks using the digitals from D. And this one's got a B in the back, and then this one's got a sticker from Temu, inked it around the pages. Beautiful. And so I created that, put it here for more writing space. Oh, I don't have time, I'll do that later. So then here I did more writing space in the back using a printable from Diane. I added another sticker. So there's a lot of writing space. And then paper from Chiquita, another sticker. And then here's another little collage, sweet as can be. This is stickers from Echo Park. I cut each word individually to create this. Also, I cut out one of the cards that I created from these printables, and I inked around the edges and added it there. And then this background on here is from Diane. And then here I have 2 more that can be written on. And these are the stickers, the designs. So that's why I use sunflowers and I use the daisies. Okay. And then here I created a pocket. Here's one of the where I did the stamping using the Dollar Tree stamps. And then this paper is from Temu. I have 2 more cut aparts. Here's a bigger postcard that's been double printed. And then here is a flower. And then here's another scripture. This is from Diane, and then the scripture says from Exodus 3:8, so I have come down to rescue them from the hands of the Egyptians. This is God speaking. And to bring them up out of that land into a good and spacious land, a land flowing with milk and honey. So I got that there. And then here is another space for writing. I added a sticker. Then this is another print from D. Here's another pocket from the other side. Added a sticker. 2 more journaling cards can be written in the back and front. Can be written in the back. This one can be in the front. And these are also from Diane. Here's another piece from Temu, and then more writing space. So she can write a lot in here. And then here is sunflower image from D, the image from D, and this is one of those sketchbooks from Dollar Tree. And then here is, this is I don't know, I got this from Dollar Tree as well, but I can't recall what it is. This is from D. Here's another stamping with a flower sticker from Temu. And here's the other end of the music sheets. And then here I put a sticker and 2 stickers. A lot of writing space. I like the lines because you could write on them. Another image from D. Here's the other end of that page from Dollar Tree. Here's another sticker, another stamping. Open it up, writing space. So this is the second signature, the end of the second signature, and this is the image from D. I backed it with the Chiquita's paper. Chiquita's paper, 2 stickers right there, writing space. This is from D. And then this is a note card that I purchased from Dollar Tree, and I shared it in my haul video. So I attached it here. I added a sticker. There's a lot of writing space. Another sticker. We got to the center of the last page, of the last signature. And then here's another writing space. This is a scrap from Diane. And then here is the card. Here is the sticker, and then the back. I used one of the printables from Diane that's that looks like a collage, and then on top I put this one also from Diane for writing space. And then more writing space. This is a small one. She could do a little bit of writing here, so I didn't put a sticker because I didn't want to take too much space. This is from D. A sticker right here from Temu. And then here's a pocket. And again, double printed. And this is from D. So this is from, I'm sorry, from Diane. This is from Diane and Graphics Fairy, and this is from Diane. And then this is from Diane and Diane as well, scrap. So I tried to use as much scraps as well. And then more writing space, and that's it. And more last writing space, and then here is the end, and this is from D. Okay. I'm running out of battery. I need to do this quick. So here is another pocket that I created. Here is one of the wax seals from Temu, labels from Temu, and then here I created a pocket on a guest check from my stash, and again here's writing space. So it's like, this is one of the sheets from Temu, and then same thing with this one from Temu. So I created a pocket there. Then you open this up. Here is a little notepad. You could pull it out. And so I use one of the die cuts from Rhonda. I put a little scrap lace here, bling from Hobby Lobby. I did a collage right here. And then here's a little notepad. I don't even know how many pages are in there. And then you flip this down, and then here are more cards from D. And then this is from Diane. And here I put, for the Lord your God is bringing you into a good land, a land with brooks, streams, and deep springs, gushing out into the valleys and hills, a land with wheat and barley, vines and fig trees, pomegranates, olive oil, and honey, a land where bread will not be scarce and you will lack nothing, a land where the rocks are iron and you can dig copper out of the hills. From Deuteronomy 8, verses 7 through 9, and I put a sticker from Echo Park. And then there's a pocket right here where I did a collage. Here's that music sheet that says the B, so I added it there with a little B collage there. And then stickers from Dollar Tree. And then here I just didn't do a pocket or anything. This is cut apart from Diane, so I just added it there for writing space. And then here is a pocket from Diane, a sticker, again 2 more tags. This is from Hobby Lobby that I collaged, and this was from, I believe this is from D, and then here's a sticker. And then, oh, this is, okay. And then the bottom here, I did a pocket again, same thing like the other one, also a different image. And then here are 2 cut aparts from Diane, and this is the double printed, and for writing space in the back. Okay, and then last but not least, here is another pocket using a sticker, foam sticker from Hobby Lobby, and then here are 2 more tags, long tags, or 3 more tags. This one I stamped filed. I did a collage. I need to add some glue there. I did a collage. Here's a gold B for writing space in the back. And this is from D. B in the hair, a sticker from Temu, and that. So pretty. This comes together and I just cut it in half to make it look like bookmarks. So yeah. So this paper is from Echo Park. So that is what I created. I had so much fun. You guys already seen this section right here, and it just closes like this, and then it closes like this, and you'll probably need 2 hands to close it up. I know for me to close it up I had to use a clip in order for me to close it tight, but this is what I created for her. And also, not only did I create this, but I also made a little pen for her. I did a biddable pen using these package that I got from Temu. And so this is my pen that I have made for her. It says, it's got a little bee with some honey dripping down. Here is one of those beehives and a gold bead, and they're all wooden. So then I used bead caps from my stash. The little gold rondelles is also from the kits. So yeah, so that is my little journal and matching pen for my friends. I hope she likes this. I had so much fun creating this, and I can't wait to give this to her. And I forgot to mention here, I have a little tiny bee cabochon also that I purchased from Temu. So alright everyone, I hope you guys again enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!